Over here I have a Virpil Constellation Alpha. For the longest time this has been Virpil's flagship space sim grip, but now there's a new sheriff in town, and this is the Virpil Constellation Alpha Prime. Before we start, I just want to make a few things very clear, and that is that what I will be reviewing today is just the grips. So we're not talking about the bases, we're not talking about all that stuff down here. Those are in a separate reviews, because what I do have here is Virpil's new Mongoose T50 CM3 base. And this thing has some very exciting features that's going to basically make everybody want to switch over to a host SAS with a dual stick setup over the Warbird base, which I think has been one of their best bases so far. But those base reviews is going to be in a separate video, so do stay tuned to the channel for that. So we're just going to talk about the sticks of the grips above them. And also I should mention that Virpil did send me the Constellation Alpha Prime here, actually also the other one. They have sent me all this equipment for review, and I've been allowed to keep it after the review. So let's start by talking about what is the same. Well, the button layout is exactly the same. The hats and the switches and the knobs and analog sticks and everything layout-wise is the same. Even down to the position of the little handrest here on the side, it's also the same shape. The joystick body itself, same shape. The buttons, when you click them, feel the same. They sound slightly different, but the tactile feel of them are the same. The same with the hats. The only change here is that the hats have had new, well, tops on them, so that the actual thing you interface with your touch has a slightly different shape across them, as you can see. And there's been a general color change with some of the buttons, or that one actually only. There's been a slight cosmetic change. If I tell you that this grip over here is 200 euros and this grip over here is 270 euros, what do you pay the extra 70 euros for if they are exactly the same? Constellation Alpha over here is a pure plastic construction. You can hear that here. Whereas this is a all metal construction. There are a few plastic parts like a cover up here, and the hats and the actual tops of the switches are still plastic, but everything else here is a metal construction, making it feel like a much more premium product, which it obviously also is. There has been some other smaller changes to it. For instance, you have this ring around here that on the normal stick is just a single LED zone. So there is LEDs in here, and I don't know if it shows up on camera. These LEDs are not very bright. These over here are much brighter. I can't, with the studio lights on, I can't see the lights. They are on if I kind of cover it. So you can see the lights here in a dark room. These over here are much brighter. You can adjust the brightness of them if you want to dial these down. Yeah, that is possible. But as I said, the LED zone on top of this is a single zone on the normal Constellation Alpha. That means while you can address it and change the color of it in the software, it stays that color around the entire rim. Over here, on the other hand, we have 4 different LED zones around the side of it. So I shall put this on the side. I don't know how well this shows up on camera, but you can see that I have chosen the 2 front ones to be green, the 2 rear ones to be blue. And now you will also notice, if I flip this one on the side as well, that down the neck of the grip, there are also 5 actually LEDs here, and these are also individually addressable. So each of these 5 LEDs can be addressed separately, and the colors and the brightness can be changed. So you're going to have a lot more control over the lighting on the joystick, and this of course is not going to change your gameplay much. It's just a cosmetic thing, right? But because the Prime over here is an all metal construction, there is some things that I've noticed as I've been playing with this for the last week or so. First of all, I noticed that the buttons sound very differently. Listen to this. This is the old joystick, and this is the new one. So there's a slight sound change there. We can try with a hat as well. First we have the normal one, and then we have the Prime. Slight change. Again, as I said, while they feel the same, I think the sound difference is just because this one is in a metal body and this one is a plastic one. There are other places where it is much more noticeable. For instance, if we take a look here, we have these triggers on the back. Now, if I click on the non-prime version here, listen to this trigger. very loud, very audible click when that trigger engages. Over here, you barely can hear it. So on the Prime, the trigger there is a lot more silent, and that trigger there is by far the most noisy part of the joystick. So that's something that annoys you, that you can hear the clicking and clacking when you click things on your joystick. Then the Prime is much more silent. And also this trigger here, there's a little bit of a rattle in it. Here, it's absolutely rock solid. So it's clear that the Prime is just a better build. It's a more high quality product compared to what you have over here. That being said, the Constellation Alpha is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful grip. It's a very, very good grip, and for years it has been what I would consider the best joystick or the best grip for space sims. You just have it now, but higher quality than what we had before. There are also small minor improvements here and there that I've noticed. It's really small things, but for instance, if you have the brake levers here on the back of the joystick, if I pull that in and let go of it from its complete pulled in position, it kind of slams into to the base of the joystick, and then it rattles a little bit. You can hear that rattling when it hits. Look at the same thing on the Prime. It goes out and it stops dead. There's no like kickback from this. When you let go of this, even from all the way in, if you really just release it, it stops, and it just stops hard right there. So again, it is just a better built version of the Prime, is just a better built version of the normal stick. So that of course begs the question, which one should you get? Constellation Alpha? Constellation Alpha Prime? Well, I can't give you a straightforward answer, to be honest. It's kind of like asking whether you should buy the top of the line, the absolute newest phone or graphics card, or do you buy one that's just one step down? So in graphics card terms, it would be like, should you buy a 3090 or should you buy a 3080 Ti? So it all boils down to, do you want one of the best space sim joysticks on the market, or do you want the best space sim joystick on the market? And whether that €70 price difference is worth it, that's up for you to decide. But I would actually be very interested to know in the comment section, what do you guys think? Is it worth it to pay €70 extra for some more lighting and a metal body and better build quality over the Alpha? I don't know, post it in the comment section below. That's it for today, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys in space.